Okay, this video is called Words You Can't Say on YouTube. And where this comes from is I've had some viewers tell me, oh, you shouldn't say that. Oh, you shouldn't say that. Oh, you shouldn't say that. They're going to decrease your views. And I'm like, I kind of ignored them. I figured, people are always saying stuff. I don't initially a lot of times pay attention. But what I noticed was if I put the smallest little swear word in there, for example, Burdens animal, if I called it a mule versus if I called it this word right here, this video got approved in about like a minute and a half. It was like instantaneously. This video, took about 15, 20 minutes to be approved, even though it was a very short video. And I had also noticed that when I put a word like this in there, which a lot of times is part of a joke or just because it sounds more memorable, it takes longer for the video to get approved and I get less views than I would expect. I've made about 850 videos. I kind of have a sense about how much views a given video is going to make. I know my audience mostly wants to hear about nutrition and health, so that's kind of where this channel began from. But, I'm very interested in all these other things like study skills and philosophy and all that. So I just make a video whatever I feel like. But I kind of have a sense of how many views it's going to get. And the fact that there's a whole bunch of words that if you say them on this channel, you're going to get far less views. That's another reason why these other sites are, in my opinion, from a lot of experience, much better for getting info about things that are going on currently. Okay, and you would be amazed. To me, this is like the mildest swear word. It's almost not even a swear word. And then all these other words. These are pretty mild words. That's even an anatomical term. That's not so anatomical, but, the point is made. All these words, forget about it, okay? All these words, anything with a connotation of sexuality, for example, no go. Anything with a connotation of this stuff, you have to be careful with it. So you end up having to talk in euphemisms. And it quite a bit reminds me, like it's sort of Orwellian, this idea that you have to talk with euphemisms. Anything that's considered in this category, you can't say it. You're not supposed to criticize one of these by name. You're not supposed to criticize these big movers and shakers by name. And so I'm saying, here's a great painting by Norman Rockwell. It's called Freedom of Speech. And you need freedom of speech to get to the truth. The ancient Greeks were so famous in all the history of the world because they were the big promoters of free speech back, thousands of years ago. And that's why they were so incredible. The ancient Greeks were amazing. All the great literature and plays and philosophy they came up with. So anyways, we'll do the best we can with this. I would keep this in mind for keeping yourself educated. I would, as a matter of fact, say you cannot be educated on current things unless you go there. Each site of videos has its own thing. YouTube is great for a lot of scientific stuff, especially for reviewing the basics. It's great on that. It's great on routine, sort of basic nutrition and health topics. It's the best. There's the most audience, there's the most videos. All of that is great. But in terms of, this topic right here, this freedom to say whatever you want, that's much better at the other places. So for topics that are on the borderline of these type of issues, they're much better at the other sites. Okay, and so, this isn't easy for me to accept. I'm the bad boy of veganism and health and nutrition, so I really have to kind of be careful in what I say. So anyways, interesting.